So now I'm going to get into birth story number 5. And I got my mud boots on. So we're going to walk over and find the source of the hot spring. Let's see if I can find that, which I was trying to do in one of the other videos. So this pregnancy, I had learned about unassisted birth. And was really excited because I hated all my midwife births. No offense, midwife that I hired, I love you. It's not your fault. It's her, they force the midwives to do the stuff. It's torturous, oh my God. And then it actually does cause problems, just like it does in the hospitals, because they obligate them to follow basically the same procedures. And it's just horrifying because the difference between a home birth and a hospital birth is they don't have the decency of numbing people, because they can't. At least in Utah, they don't have any numbing agent of any kind for anything. They're not allowed. Boo-hoo. Some deer poop or something. Yako discovered. So, my midwife births were just painful and excruciatingly horrible. Hated it. Terrible. I'm in Utah, so if that matters. But it's not the midwife's fault. I'm not blaming her. And I heard that she even had legal problems because the doctor's protocols are set up, even though they don't know this, to actually, in fact, cause problems so that they can sell their drugs. And we're gonna do a pano of this adorable view. Can you see the sun? Oh yeah. Oh look, there's my camp out. We're camping at the Baker Hot Springs. And there is a hot spring. And this is free and amazing. And we're gonna leap over this. Oh! Got Yaku over by an arm. This child has extremely strong bone structure and ligaments because he has been made exclusively of amazing shit. There's something in my foot. It's poking me. And shit. Take my sock off. Maybe that'll resolve the problem. Hold on. Oh, I see what it is. Pardon my terrible filming. Not the point of my videos is what I'm saying, not what I'm filming, but if you get to enjoy a little bit of what you're saying, then that's good. So, poor midwives, Jesus freaking insane. I consider myself to be like a silent midwife, and I'll be more than happy to go to someone's birth and just sit there and go, you're fine, everything's perfect, and not sit there and watch the person, but just as a, letting you know that you are good, your body is doing what it's supposed to. Unless you're vegan, I won't do it for vegan. Sorry, but your body's made of shit and you're gonna have problems. You're highly likely to have problems, and I don't want to get involved in that. Dangerous stuff. So, the point is, I discovered that's sticking on my lip. I had to get it off. I hated all my home births with the midwife, and so I was going to do an unassisted birth, but I stupidly told my then husband of my plans, and there's the source. I've never seen this. This is super hot water, like boiling, near boiling, and apparently that's where's it coming out of? Right there. How interesting. I love it. So the story of this property, holy crap, these people are so silly. Apparently this old lady owned this property and then she dies and she hadn't secured, left her shit to anybody. So let's come over here and see. I want to come over here and see. So they're fighting with the state about it, and until then it's BLM land, and that's why we're able to enjoy it. So thank you, Jesus, right? The fellow that came today said that they're fighting, and I guess there'll be an end point to their fighting. They won't be allowed to come home and pay, probably. So hopefully that never happens. Great. A bunch of toilet paper or something. That's weird. Anyways, let's hope it takes many years of fighting, because apparently the ants are fighting with the dude, the friend of the dude that came and claimed the pulse today. And they want the property, and he wants the property. I don't understand why they can't share the property, but whatever. Obviously Grandma didn't like any of them enough to leave it to any of them. So they must just all be dicks, which this whole lawsuit proves it. But yeah, I'm not sure why the nephew thinks it should be up to him and not the aunts. I mean, it should be everybody. It's obvious. Yeah, there's a lot of minerals over here and stuff, so interesting. These pools kind of maybe erupting a little bit everywhere here, I think. So in Utah recently there's been a lot of earthquakes, so that's interesting. This one in particular at my house, it's during the COVID-19 debacle, and so yeah, it's just crazy madness. So I was just focusing on getting my rooms fixed up and rented. Oh, sweet, I see something over here. I'm gonna come over here and check this out. What's up? Anyways, so birth number 5. I discovered unassisted birth, and I was gonna try it, but I told my husband, and he's a fear-filled idiot. I'm sorry. I know that people judge me as wrong for saying things like that about him, but he actually truly is. And like, holy nightmare added to my life, thanks to the freaking vegan diet. I do blame the diet. Watch the freaking video. When your brain is fried, you make stupid decisions. Also listen or go read my blog on veganism, my covert lover or something to that effect. I can't remember exactly what I called it, but there's a connection to all of these things, okay? So covert narcissistic abuse has been a thing in my life, which veganism is a covert narcissistic abusive thing. And then it just kept extending into my marriage and all areas of my life. So it's a real deal connect, and important for you to consider and look at if you're a vegan, because you most likely have been narcissistically abused covertly and or overtly, possibly, I don't know. And this is just more of the same type of abuse that you're doing to yourself with this horrendous diet. So here's more mineral seepage. Of course. Uh-oh. Going down into the water. He doesn't. It's my Jaku. He's been on my other videos because he insists on it. Oh man, I want to check that out some more. Can you just stay right here? Stay here. Quédate aquí. Voy a ver. Solo voy a ver. Ahorita vengo. Got my mud boots on. I guess I should have got his mud boots on. Ding dong. Un momento. Ya vengo. Un momento. Oh shoot. Okay, well, we'll come back later. We're going to be here a few days. It's fine. So, I just discovered unassisted birth, and I was going to do it. But my ex-husband refused to even look into it in any way, shape, or form. Refused to even support me. But I was going to do what I was going to do anyway. So the night I go into labor, I'd bought like a birth pool and like every supply you think of. Like, you know, I was prepared to the nines. I was like, boom, doing this. And so the night I decided to go into labor at like 3 in the morning, a few hours before, I get into a fight with my ex-husband. He's calling me fat bitch. That was disgusting, and comparing me to this gross lady that was his boss's. I'm just gonna look how cute that is. Period of story. I camp out with the sun, almost setting. I love it. You know, just horrible, mean stuff that made me feel really, really heartbroken and bad, because I like freaking do my best and I try so hard and busting my ass. I was freaking exhausted, homeschooling all the kids, and of course this guy's not going to appreciate that. He's a freaking robot government shield, you know. So I don't know what I was thinking. Of course he's not going to appreciate it. He's a robotard. Like, you have no idea horribly mean and abusive he was to me. But because I was so sick, I was freaking retard diet, I couldn't leave him. I was too freaking sick. But I just like praised when he'd go to work, which is kind of hilarious because now my kids do the same thing. They're like, oh, thank God Dad's at work. They like can't stand the dude because he's literally a horrible human being, as most government robot programmed into bullshit people are. Miserable freaking humans. So, sorry, not the point, but I was very sad and heartbroken. I love this man. I thought I did. I didn't. I hated him. But I didn't know that. So my heart thought I loved him. And I was trying so hard. So then I go into freaking labor at 3 in the freaking morning. I don't want this monster, horrible, mean person anywhere near me or my baby. So what do? Another horrible decision of traumatizing my little son, because I wake him up to help me set up the birth pool because my contractions are just like freaking insane, intense. And there's another little outlet. Super insane intense, and I needed help. Probably could have done it without it, but I decided to wake up my little son, and he was helping me set up the birth pool, and I was being like super vocal because it hurt really bad. And this brings to mind something that is very important and I want to mention. Is like, birth was very painful for me because I was heartbroken, because I was being abused psychologically, mentally, and emotionally by a broken man that couldn't help it because he's broken. You know, he was severely abused. I'm gonna go across, I think, right here. Jocko, don't trip out, okay? Bring you across. Boom, we made it. So, you know, I don't hate the guy in general. I just don't like the guy in general. How do you say that? The guy is a horrible human being. Like, I don't like him as a human. But I don't blame him. Like, I don't resent him. Like, it wasn't his fault. He can't help it. Like, he's literally broken into this retarded way of being, like this abusive way of being. Yeah, people don't like when I use the word retarded. I had a Down syndrome sister. We don't call her retarded. She's no longer alive, but we didn't ever call her retarded, okay? We called her Down syndrome, and one has nothing to do with the other. And if that offends you, then I guess I offend you, and every video I make offends you, and that's fine. whatever. But to me, it's just a word that refers to dumbness. So, boop, boop. We're going through a swamp here, people. Keep your kayaku. Oh. Get him through the swamp. Okay, we're almost there. The adventures I take my children to. It's freaking comical. It's good for you. Anyways, but the dude woke up and heard me and came down, and I was in so much pain and like, shit, this is happening. I'll just take advantage of the situation to kind of bygones it, but I couldn't bygones it, and I was in freaking labor for 3 days, and I would not release this baby out to this world where horrible, mean people pretended to love you and tricked you into marrying them, and then proceeded to treat you like horrible garbage that had no value or worth. Of course, at the time, I didn't know about covert narcissism. Like, just such a nightmare disorder. But I wouldn't let the baby go, and I asked him to please, like, I was eating and drinking during this period of time, and I wasn't hemorrhaging. Like, there was massive amounts of mucus that was coming out, though. It's like so bizarre. And I was like vegetarian at the time. I was no longer vegan, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was still vegan. I don't know. The whole thing was a freaking nightmare. And I asked him, please leave the house, because him and the kids were irritating me. And like, there's these people that came to visit us, and they'd come regularly, and they'd stay for hours. So he's like upstairs visiting with these people. Like, what an idiot. Like, he should have told them, right now is not a good time. Peace out. But he didn't. And of course, I'm not going to let the baby be born while they're sitting there having a conversation. They hear me. And so I asked him, please just leave the house with the kids so I could relax enough to let the baby out. But he wouldn't. He refused to go. And it was just freaking a nightmare. And then I was struggling and having a lot of pain, and he comes down on night number 3 and tells me if I was you, I would have given up by now. And he's like, do you want me to we should call the midwife? And I'm like, no. Like, I thought about it, because of course I don't want to go to a freaking hospital, but I'm like, what's the midwife gonna do? Like, that just means I'm gonna be in more pain. I don't need her. Like, that, like, what I need is pain relief. I don't need a midwife. And so I opted to call the ambulance. I'd go to the hospital just to get an epidural. So I wasn't hemorrhaging. The baby was moving. I knew the baby was fine. I was fine. Everything was fine. I was just tired of being in pain. Dumbass. Like, of course, my husband's supposed to be my rock, but he wasn't. Narcissists are little kids in man bodies or female bodies, whatever gender. So of course he was not going to be that for me or anyone, right? And so I freaking caved, and I had him call the ambulance, and it was so freaking hilarious because look at my cute car. Oh, my setup, I love it. My garbage over there to take later. Some other people's garbage too. The people on 911 said to have my pants off and just keep my shirt on, and so that's what I did. And I had discovered if I would do like this vibrating movement thing, that it would really help with the contractions. So I was making that movement, and the ambulance and firemen people came in droves. There was like 20 of them. in my house because they thought they might be witnessing a live birth, and that's not something that happens very frequently because most people plan to go to the hospital and they do what they're supposed to and whatever. So, like, all these hot firemen that I've been checking out at the grocery store, like, flirting with in my mind, are now sitting there watching me look completely ridiculous with my butt hanging out. I'm wearing like this stupid shirt. Like, why do I even own stupid shirts? Don't own stupid shirts, because then you're going to wear them when the hot firemen are at your house. Yeah, I'm walking backwards, so Yaku's walking backwards. So it was so hilarious because I'm in labor, and this is what my concern is. All these hot firemen are in my house. I'm like, yeah, dream come true. So the main fireman dude, he wasn't that hot, and he was a dick. He was like bitching me out, and he's like, why are you doing that movement? Are you sure you're in labor? And all this kind of bullshit. And I'm like, dude, I've had a million kids. I'm sure I'm in labor, and I'm doing that movement because it helps with the pain, okay? Just deal with it. It looked like I was, like you can make that movement having sex. Like, it would work really well with that as well. So of course it's making the guy like totally uncomfortable because they are little kids in man bodies too. They're freaking narcissists. And like, oh, sex makes them uncomfortable unless they're doing it, but then afterwards they freak out and like are uncomfortable about the fact of what they just did. Like the whole thing's a damn nightmare. But point is, the guy's a total dick, and I was just like, dude, I want to go to the hospital. I want to get an epidural. I know I'm in labor. Please take me. So they lift me up into this, like, the bed thingy that rolls, and it just like is bouncy and like freaking weird, like all up high. Like I just feel like so stupid sitting on this thing, and then I get in the ambulance, and the ambulance like a tinker toy, weird. Like I'm like, this is the best they can come up with. Like my van is a better freaking ambulance than this piece of shit. So I'm just bouncing all over the place, just so uncomfortable. And they're like, all we can give you is oxygen. That'll help with the pain. Well, of course, the oxygen just like chemical nasty shit and didn't help with the pain like at all. And then I go to get to the hospital, and thank goodness, because if you go to the emergency room, they might make you wait there forever, and that's not what you want to be when you're about to squirt out a baby. So they took me straight to the, delivery, which is why you want to call an ambulance. And the doctor on call that night was a female, and she too was like, are you sure you're in labor? I'm like, yes, I'm just really good at handling this. I'm very much in labor, and I'm super pregnant, and I'm just tired of being in pain. Please, I just want to freaking epidural, And so then, it sounds like there's a car coming. Oh, yeah, there is. So then, they finally gave me the epidural, and then they decided that I'm sick. Well, they checked me, and I was 6 centimeters, so I'm like almost freaking there. I was so pissed off. And then, they decided that I need to get Pitocin to speed things along, which might have been true, because once you get that epidural, things can slow down and whatever. I don't think they slowed down with me. I think it would have relaxed me enough to things would progress just fine, but that's what they do. And so they decided that the baby's heart rate was having issues after about an hour or two, whatever it was, and that I need to hurry and push the baby out, or they were going to cut me open. And so in my brain, I told myself, like, knock it off. We got to get the baby out. The baby's got to come out. And you need to let the baby go. And right in that moment, right in that second, I felt the baby fill up my birth canal. And then 2 pushes, and he was out. So it's like our brains are so powerful. And I just had to boss my brain around and tell it to fuck off and knock it off. I couldn't even believe that was the first time I'd done that. And I actually had done that later on. Which was, right now in this very moment, I'm realizing that was the beginning of me mastering my mind. and realizing that I was in fact the master of my mind, in control of what was going on, and that through our minds we are either allowing things to happen or not. Wow, mind blown right now. So I birthed the baby, and thank God, relief and everything. But of course, they insisted the placenta come out, and once again, just like with my first birth, the whole entire doctor arm and fist is up into my uterus, yanking the shit out. Like literally, the thing can take,